I'm just at the bus club. This is where we restore the old Dundee buses, buses around the Tayside area. It's just a handful of the buses in there. Yep. This one here, you can see that very well, but that's one of my favourite buses. That's the ones that I grew up with, and yeah, very much so one of my ones that got me into buses. So I'll turn this round and get some video footage of the bus museum, or the bus restoration group. So I'll just do a wee video, just turn this camera around. It's an ex-Grampian Leyland Atlantean, sorry. It's a Leyland Leopard, ex-staff day. This is the Bristol bus here. Bristol VRT Alexander body. These have a very similar body to the Mark 1, Mark 1.5 and Mark 2 Volvo wheelses, although this bit here is extended because it's quite a longer version. Unique to these buses is the engine and the back windows also. There's like a double back window, that's the external back window, and then you've got the internal back window. So there's like this space here is empty and the engine sits below there. Yeah, this is in the process of heavy restoration work, and it was fleet number 204. So this is some of the members here. John Fraser, Reese Keane and myself, Chris Reynolds. This is my favourite bus of all. There was a batch of 15 of those, fleet number 36 to 50, Alexander RV type bodies. I'll put this in infrared so you can get a better view. It's just because it's dark here. What that does is it gives you a much clearer picture because it's working off the heat, infrared. So this is the engine here, turbocharger, exhaust manifold. It's like a sort of turbocharged air induction donut when the air comes in through the filter, through this accumulator and then into the turbo in that direction. That's the gears, automatic, fully automatic. So I've got to watch because it is dark here and I can't really see where. So it's just full of stuff at the moment. Again, this is under heavy restoration. Yeah, they were on the Whitfield. They had dark brown seats originally when they first came. There were two doors. That was the entrance, and I had an exit door here. That was removed professionally by Tayside in 1991. And the seats were changed from brown to this sort of similar to this orange maquette. Well, in fact, here's an exit. This is an original, but you won't see it in black and white, obviously. But it's orange coloured. But I had originally the vinyl with the beading on it. So I've changed this back to normal colour. Right. So this is a open topper, Mark II Volvo also. There's more light in here, so I could keep it on ordinary camera. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. The turbocharger is here. So the air induction comes in from the air filter, which is behind the staircase, through this pipe here, along this sort of accumulator, donut shaped box. So the air comes in through round that and into the turbo this way, through the turbocharger and the exhaust. Well, obviously the air pressurised charge air goes into the inlet manifold, and the exhaust drives the turbo via the manifold through the turbine and out the exhaust. It's a very, very rudimentary description of how a turbocharger works, but these don't have intercoolers. That's hot on air. These Elsys didn't have intercoolers, they were just turbocharged. The modern buses have a turbocharger and an intercooler, where the charge air, once it's been compressed by the turbo, goes through the intercooler, hence the name, cools the air, the charge air down, which is more dense, packed with oxygen, and thus more power. Again, very rudimentary description of how it works, but that bus there, single decker, Volvo B10L, that's turbo charged intercooled diesel. And the Ford Bedford just down there is just a straight 6-cylinder diesel, just like the older buses. The Leyland Atlantean had a 11 litre engine. Leyland, I think it was 11.5 litre, non-turbocharged. Same type of engine as what's in the Leopard, Leyland 680 engine. Very noisy, powerful, torquey engines. Whereas the Volvo engine's 6.7 litre, or 7 litres, turbocharged. So it gives a lot of power. A wee bit less torque compared to the big engine, but it's made up for by power, higher revs. Torque enough to propel this bus anyway. And it weighs maybe even heavier. The Elsys are just under 10 tonnes and the Atlantics are about 9, so I feel like these engines are very powerful, these Volvo TD70 engines. So, yeah. And that bus there is a Mark I Volvo Elsy, the blue one, and next to it is a Volvo City Bus B10L, B10M City Bus. The engine is in under the floor horizontally. The Volvo B10L's horizontal engine at the rear. So this is the Volvo B10L. So 7151. Originally it was just 151. It's the registration, but they added the 7s to them later on. I know it's going to be a bit of a challenge getting in here because it's quite tight. I'll do it. Filming again. So that's the Liberator bodied, yep, Volvo B10L. This is the cab instruments. Again, it's fully automatic. The buttons there get your hold 1, roll 2 for your gears, and it's single deck, 43 seater, 24 standing. Yep, and this was new to Travel Dundee in December 1997. It's part of a batch from 142, well actually 122 to 141 were a P-Reg batch, 1997, and they came in the early part of 97. And in this batch, which is 142 to 151, these came in November, December 97. So it's again, it's just full of stuff at the moment. Just it gets under running restoration. You might remember on the open topper I had blue seats. Well, that type of seat design was the same as what was in there on the bus 46. but it was dark brown. That was the difference. And there's the other ones, Alexander AV type bodies, hard, blue seats. So this is a closer up view of the Mark 1 Volvo 126. Again, this is under very heavy, extensive restoration. Panels are getting worked on at the moment. So I'll stick this on infrared and get a better view. See, it's actually really dark here, so there isn't really much to see at the moment. But, yeah, so this here that's the Volvo B10M City Bus 100 G100 BES. That came in a batch of 91 to 105 in November 1989. So this bus 100 is the survivor that we've got, and this has got the 10 litre horizontal engine, 10 litre turbocharged mid-floored horizontal. It's fully automatic, similar to 151 in the gear selectors. It's just push buttons. See them there. And you just basically you can hold 1 and 2. I think there's a way you can hold other gears as well using these buttons, but I never drove them in service when I worked. I work with Explorer and I've been there since 2008. But I've driven the single deck bus 151. But I've never drove that in service because that left in service in 2004. But I've had a shot at driving this, but yeah. So that's and the bus there, right to the right hand side of the bus 100 is Fleetliner. Again, it's under heavy restoration. And this is the other side of the Bristol. This bus here, I'll put this in colour now. Yeah, this bus here is an ex-Lothian Volvo Olympian. It's got the engine at the back, transverse mounted 9.6 litre turbo intercooler diesel. Same type, similar engine to what's in the City Bus, but this is at the rear, the back in the transverse position. And this bus here is, I don't remember this one well, but this is a Bedford coach with double non-synchronised gearbox, I think. It's a manual anyway, maybe it's synchronised, or some of the gears might be synchronised, some might not. Too sure. I did have a shot at driving it, but it was quite a chore using the gears. It takes a bit getting used to. It's nothing like gears on a car. Although I did manage it, so I'm quite proud of that. First time I'd ever driven a manual stick box on a coach, and I done it. It was tricky, an effort, but practice makes perfect. But I was able to do it, and I know that with practice I would probably start enjoying driving these type of buses. But yeah, so that's the dominant bodied Bedford coach. I think it's got a 7 litre non-turbocharged engine, I think. A wee bit of history of it. So this is a regular tender to rallies and stuff. The Farm Bus Museum being one of them. So, that's the small tour inside the bus museum, bus restoration group warehouse. I'll get a bit of an outside view of the land of the. It's quite a nice area. Yeah. of the old buses that are just on the outside, used for stores and tea-room buses, Leyland Leopard. So I've got my old clothes on. I'm not dressed in good clothes, it's just old working clothes that I've got on, so just rags basically. So that's a Leyland Leopard coach. Just parked down there. So I'll turn this on and I'll give you a view of the engine, how it's situated on the chassis. Okay. Right, so this is the Leyland Leopard coach, coach type body. Engine, turbo, non-turbo, this is a Leyland 680 engine. Sits horizontal, mid-floor, underfloor. Your induction, your filter, through the inlet manifold, into the engine, and it's a non-cross-flow engine, so the exhaust gases come out on the same side through the manifold and straight out the tailpipe. This has got the self-changing box, gearbox, Leyland self-changing, or semi-automatic, maybe got that. It's basically got brake bands, planetary gearbox, planetary gears with brake bands. Well, similar to that of the Elsa Mark 1 and Mark 2, but the Elsas are fully automatic, these are I think semi-automatic. So this is the service bus bodied Leyland Leopard. Oh, they've got a bus going, so I'm going to get round there and film that for you. I'll come back to that one later. So this is the Bristol VRT they've got started. Good John, good wood. Started that off for us. This engine. It's a Gardner engine, this. Gardner 6LXB engine. So, this is the controls of the Bristol. I think we're going to be moving this one out. So this is the Bristol VRT. Just testing the horn up, it works. The panels just lying on the floor. This is under extensive restoration work. As you can see, it's in bits, but the chassis still works, the bus will still move. The bodywork's under extensive work. So, judging by the sound of the engine, that sounded like it was going in gear, which means we'll be moving shortly. And I think that's just what we're doing. Just waiting on the air pressure building up. Again, this is the fleet number 2. And we're on the move. Not really got much to sit on, but I'm going to follow the thing. Right. I haven't been on this bus for a long time when it's been moving. So it's a nice day, we're going to have a barbecue later on once the others turn up. Nice Sunday afternoon. That's my car there. So that was a wee huddle on that. I wasn't going far, we were just turning the bus round. But at least you'll get a better view of it now. So they're shifting buses, which is good. So the workings of it. It's fluid coupling. It's transmission. Air filter. Gardner engine. That's air compressor. Alternator or dynamo, whatsoever, probably alternator. Cooling fan. And it's stopped working. It's probably just the idle speed or something, it's going down. Or it could be a small airlock or something like that. This is all the electrics. Yep. So what they're doing now is getting bus 151, the Volvo B10L, a jump start. I'm going to use these jump leads and basically bump start, jump start. Bump start is when you push it and use the momentum of the vehicle to start the engine, but jump starts we use power leads. So we're going to use the power off of the VRT into the booster plug socket rather, which is under the driver's seat, because the batteries are under the driver's seat. And get this one fired up. So you can see the aluminium bodywork, framework. The chassis basically on a bus, it just runs on underfloor right across from the front to the rear. That holds all the mechanical devices, your front axle, rear axle, engine, gearbox, fuel tank, all the running gear, all the mechanical units, the main structure of the bus. That's what holds everything together. And then from the chassis you've got the bodywork, which is these framework supports that fix to the chassis, and they run all the way up the height of the bus, and it forms the structure for the bodywork. And you can see how it kind of like forms the framework, the skeleton if you like, and then from that everything gets fitted, the panels, all the seats, windows, everything gets fitted to the bodywork. So this is them fired up there. VRT again. So this is running now, and that will give the power to the batteries for the Liberator. Liberator being the type of bodywork that's on there. It's a right-bodied Liberator. So it's a Volvo B10L chassis with a right Liberator body. Oh, load of cars here. That's still another one on here. There you go. That's it. Ready? Start this one. So you can see how they've got the thing connected. So it's just like that under the seat on this bus. So this here, that's all the transfer gears to the back axle, the prop shaft. Now I've got the Volvo started up. So RSN 151, sorry, R151 RSN. Originally fleet number 151, but later on in its life it was changed to 7151, as for the rest of the fleet. So you can hear the Voith transmission on this single decker, that's fully automatic. You ready to drive it again? Good. I'll comfy up the back there, Reece. So we'll that's that bad. Yeah, so you might be able to hear the Voith gearbox. You'll hear it better when we go out because you've got the nice sound of the other bus as well. So just so that's the air pressure that's building up. I've driven these things a lot in service. Yes, that's the Dell works, Reece. So I'm just following this bus coming out actually. This is the Bristol bus. So we get a much better view of the bus now. That's out and open. So we're going to moose John for a shot of this thing. Maybe once we get it parked up later. Obviously the livery, the colour of it is, it's been through different owners, so it's definitely not the original. These actually left Dundee early. They came new in 1977 and they only stayed to Dundee, with Dundee Tayside buses for about 4 years. They had lots of problems with them. I think I've heard stories of wheels falling off them, and basically they had a short life from Dundee. They didn't like them, so they got rid of them quite early. And it's been through owners, multiple owners. So this is the back window thing I was talking about. It's basically a double back window. So it's a false one, as is known as. It's between that is the cover for the engine, the top of the engine. So the next bus coming out of the warehouse is the Volvo. So you did it, all you do is hit that to stop the record. So that's start the record and that's stop the record. So you just keep me in that view holder there. Yeah. So you just keep your cover that bit up. The microphone's on, so everything's been recorded. Yeah. Yeah. So, what's happening is we're not getting this in gear. Oh, that wasn't a filament actually.
Getting back, right?
So that's
a few
it.
things
Filament, right? Didn't touch any of these buttons here. Just keep it. Just keep it like that. That should be the sound.
In the car.
That's it. Microphone is on.
Cutting my shot. Yeah.
Gotta get a shot. Yes. So I tried the old Volvo B10PL, that B10L, that I used to drive a lot of channels. See that, actually, can't make it. You know? What about here?
Yep.
I just hate it when it does that. Right, so that's just all ready to go. Drove this bus many times in service. It's a good going bus, I'll tell you. Smooth. Nice steering and that.
John's new lad goes about on the wee track.
Oh, alright. Hey, well, this is nice and slowly. Hey, what is?
Alright, this bad. I'll get something away on you.
I'll get key in the beast shot and I'll park it up. Just gotta go easy.
Don't worry about that. He's easy.
It's not a good smooth bus. 20-year-old bus, 23-year-old bus.
I'll keep going that way. Don't go down that way. Good end, is it?
Very good going bus.
Yeah, sorry, that way. Yeah.
We get a few inside as well. Then like outside, but then
Ah, we do that as well.
you got that thing about this. So I'll just go for a burrow round again, and
I take it back round.
What's doing? Get Christopher Russell for you.
I can't remember.
Get Christopher Russell.
follow me again. Going round on the outside as well. Like, yeah, I want to get a follow of it.
This is something.
Right.
This might go here, so I don't know what years on this. It's the gear selector. Just more. 23-year-old buses.
Get that tech machine.
Well, I take it in again.
Get it next to the cars. Yes! That's it, recording. So, again, you just don't hit any of the buttons. There's the microphone on as well. And I'll get this out. That's it, film in. So it just didn't hit any of the buttons. Try and keep it all in there. If you film it on the outside, then I want to get the outside footage like that.
Yeah.
You want to target it when moving, you stand outside. I want to get the actual bus
Oh yeah.
outside.
take it around then, park up.
Right.
That's 2 o'clock.
So this is 151. Cian having a shot at driving, and I'm just filming now as a passenger. This Cian's the owner of this bus now. To the back. It's a bit of a tight squeeze with all this stuff that's in here. Get a better sound of the gearbox. So we're up at Justin Haw. That's the name of the club that we're restoration club. That's where we are. Yeah, change the batteries round. So that's just another bit of the warehouse that I didn't manage to get filmed earlier because the bus was here. So this is the back wall, boundary wall to what we have. So we're going to get this Leyland leopard started up. It's needing to put new batteries in it in order to get this to fire up. Because the batteries that are in it are flat. It's Reese doing you're starting up, Reese, here. Good. So that's the instruments of the Leyland Leopard, semi-automatic. So I get a bit of a view of the engine from this side. Cylinder heads. This is the number that used to be 536. So we'll get a better view now of the front of the buses here, the ones that were parked up. That's one of the Tesco's, that's the Volvo B10M City bus. Part of a batch of 15, fleet number from 91 to 105, G91PES to J105PES, and that one there, particular one is preserved, or under preservation. That's G100PES. That's the Mark 1 NSP 326R. It's under the. All these buses along this wall are under the heavy restoration work. Non-runners. This is a fully restorated Leyland Atlantean, obviously new to Grampian Transport in Aberdeen, and yep, that's a runner. It's fully restored. Although we do the Tayside buses, we also do mainly Tayside buses, but welcomed the other buses as well that are welcome to join the club. It's just here for storage at the moment. So Leyland Atlantean. Dundee never had any Leyland Atlanteans there. Dundee only, well, they never bought Leyland Atlanteans, but from the rear-engined buses that they had with this bus was the Daimler Fleetliner. That was what Dundee focused on, as far as buses with engines at the back with this type of arrangement. Was as I say, the Mark 1 Daimler Fleetliners. There's not one here at the moment, but that one there is a mark. That's a later Daimler Fleetliner. That's an end-registered one, but again, you won't be able to see much features on it because it's been taken apart for heavy restoration work. But yeah, it looked very similar to the. It's an Alexander bodywork like this one here, but the chassis is the Leyland. Well, that's a Leyland Atlantean. So we're going to get the batteries on this one here, this Leyland Leopard, which is running with Strathday, and we're going to get the batteries in and fire it up. So once we do that, I'll get the video out and record that for you. This is the process of trying to start up the Leyland Leopard. It's a Leyland 680 engine X Strathday bus, fleet number 536. It's just got new batteries fitted to it. I get the sound off the exhaust, a lot of bass, deep sound. So, we're going to have a nice Sunday afternoon barbecue at the bus club. So I don't know if you can see it. Yep, we've got the barbecue running, up and running. Got our tables full of snacks, food. So, we've got the buses behind us, Bristol. Yep. Enjoying the sunshine on a nice sunny Sunday afternoon. I'm not sure if that microphone was on full microphone, it was on half microphone, so yeah, just in case you didn't hear, that was a barbecue we're having, because I had the microphone on quiet. Right. So we're just having our barbecue. The other two are in there, and 6 of us here all together. Lovely steak burgers. It's the workers getting their food. So in the background there, you've got the buses and oh, they smell nice. Oh, so that's John doing the cooking. Like Lath Almond.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Oh, I'll get my overeat. Right, I'll just get my. I like mine well done as well. Right, what's this? Inside the Bristol bus 204. So that's the end of a nice day today. We had a barbecue, had the buses out, done a bit of work, tidied up and that. Yep, it's been a good Sunday afternoon. It's now the evening, it's now 9 o'clock. I arrived here at 12 o'clock, half 12, and it's now time to, well, as you can see, we've closed the door and put the buses away. That's it for the day, for the night. A nice Sunday. All enjoyed it. There was 7 of us. No, was it 4? Yeah, 7 of us all together turned up today. The other 3 have gone just now, and us 4 here are still here at the moment. So I'll get back home, get showered, changed. This is just all work clothes. So yep, been a nice day. So yeah, I'd like plenty more days like that.